Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode on this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and today I'm going to talk about the Reface CS one more time. So let's go. Okay, this is the Yamaha Reface CS. It's a virtual analog synthesizer, 8 voices of polyphony, but not multi-timbral, so you can't play more than one sound at once. And it's a very simple user interface. You've got these sliders on the upper side and the keys and the pitch bend, and that's it. And well, let's listen to this standard sound here. It's a saw wave. Yeah, let's go through the sliders. You can change the volume, the octave in which you're playing, okay, and then you've got this looper here, so you can record some phrases you're playing. Now, while playing this sequence, you can use the sliders to change the sound. For example, I can change the filter cutoff. Or any other sliders over here. Okay, let's stop this. Okay. This is a very bare bones synthesizer, to say it like this. There is one LFO or low frequency oscillator, and there is one oscillator, and then you can change the filter settings and the envelope settings, and then you've got an effects section. And while this is not much, you can do a lot of it because it has these two sliders over here. One reads texture and the other is mod or modulation, and these two sliders change the sound depending on the type of oscillator you're using at the moment. So for example, if I use the saw wave and play a note, change the texture, then it will add another note 1 octave lower than the one I'm playing at the moment. So this sounds a little bit richer. You can change the modulation, and the modulation also depends on the oscillator you're using at the moment. For example, this slightly detunes the second oscillator you're hearing at the moment. Okay, let's compare it to some other oscillators. This also adds a second oscillator, which then can be detuned. And let's listen to this. This sounds a lot like ring modulation, so there's another oscillator, but the slider will add some ring modulation. What have we got here? Yeah, that's weird. And then here's the sine wave. So when I slide this one up, there will be some distortion or FM applied to the sine wave, so the sound becomes sharper. And here's some more modulation, ring modulation. Okay, what else have we got? Let's change this back to saw. Okay, so let's see what the LFO can do. Of course, we can apply it to the amplitude, or the volume amplitude. So let's see what this slider here does. It changes the depth and the speeds at the moment. Yeah, it's pretty basic stuff you've come to expect from a virtual analog synthesizer. You can also apply this one to the filter. Let's have a look at that one. Or to the pitch. And to the oscillators themselves. And the one thing worth noting is this slider over here, which changes, well, the settings of the amp envelope, either to the amp envelope itself, or you can choose to push this all the way up. So these settings will also be applied to the filter. Let's listen to this. So if you listen closely, the filter will be open for the first part of the note you're hearing. But then when you release the key, the filter will be applied to the sound you're playing. If we choose a slow attack on this one, you can hear it too. Well, and yeah, last but not least, here's the effects section. You can add some standard effects. Yeah, and that's it. That's all you can do with this synthesizer. I think it sounds, the sound is very good. It has a very strong bass response. Let me show you that. Yeah, that's really nice. And one of the nice things also is you can push the LFO into audible regions, so you can hear the LFO itself. Yeah, okay. Well, okay, there's nothing more to be said about this keyboard, and let's draw a conclusion here. So, what are my final thoughts about the Reface CS? Is it a good synthesizer? Yes, I think it is. It really sounds great. It can sound very powerful, and you can create great sounds with it, given you have the imagination to do so. And that being said, it's compared to the other Refaces, it's very basic. The most off-putting thing for me personally is the lack of velocity sensitivity on the keyboard, so you can't play loud or silent notes, and also there is no reverb effect, which is off-putting for me at least. And it's being held back by its user interface, because obviously it can use more than one oscillator. You can see it on the saw wave and on the sine wave. It's possible to use more than one oscillator, but the control on the oscillators is very limited with these sliders here. I think they could have added some more buttons and sliders and remedied that, but as it is, it's not possible with this user interface to really put the oscillators to good use. So, should you buy this? If you're looking for a cheap virtual analog synthesizer, maybe. But I think there are other options around which are which have a better user interface. For example, Novation Mini Nova or the Korg Mini synthesizers. I think they are at least comparable. And the Reface series, I think the DX is the best one of them. It has the most features for the price asked. And yeah, but that being said, the sound of this keyboard is really powerful. And if you're looking for a nice synth to complement your setup, why not? You can get this around 200 euros or dollars on eBay, and even in the shops it's very cheap. So if you happen to find one and you're looking for a virtual analog synthesizer, it's an okay option, I think. And well, that's it for today. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up or consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching and see you next week. Bye bye.